Yeah, it's time to empower, educate, and encourage your women to motivate you through whatever you've been going through. We can talk about it. We ain't passing no judgment. So don't be ashamed. It's all the same. Stay in your lane. Your lane. It's whatever your real life looks like. Stay in your lane. Come out the dark and don't be ashamed. Your lane. Let's have a conversation on what we face every day. Tune into your lane talk show. It makes us feel good just to know we're not alone. No more will we feel isolated and cast aside. I want you to come out the dark. Just don't be afraid of your heart. So don't be ashamed. It's all the same. Stay in your lane. Your lane. It's whatever your real life looks like. Stay in your lane. Come out the dark and don't be ashamed. Your lane. Let's have a conversation on what we face every day. It's your lane talk show with Coach Strachan.
Broadcasting live from Nassau, Bahamas, the beautiful place where God lives, according to Dr. Miles Monroe, the late Dr. Miles Monroe. But I'm blessed to be in your company nonetheless. I'm blessed to provide a show that is here and ready to have real conversations. Okay, a show that educate, encourage, and empowers women of all ages. Whether you're here to gain wisdom, find motivation, or simply be reminded that you're not alone on this journey, you're in the right place. Last Sunday, we hosted Miss Patrice Lockhart under the topic Marriage and Menopause, Love, Laughter, and Hot Flashes. Okay, the title alone was just so funny and so cute. But we learned so much. We learned about the perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopausal symptoms. Oh Lord. The amount of information that was so compact. I mean, but it was phenomenal. The responses from it was just awesome. We learned so much. I mean, for me, who in the perimenopausal stage, okay. One of my guests asked, "How old are you? You look so young." I said, "Honey, I don't mind sharing my age. I'm 41." Okay. And once in a while I have to go turn up the little air condition. While my husband have put 10 different blankets on him. Right. But because sometimes it does get a little hot. Like I get heated at certain times of the night that I need to turn that air condition up to the max. All right. So it is what it is. She spoke about the different symptoms. It's more than that. She spoke about, sometimes we tend to forget things. She spoke about so the memory loss, anxiety, the hot flashes, and so many different other things pertaining to us, especially our lady parts. Yes. All right. So it's like, okay, now I need to know what's going on with me. Excuse me. Okay, what happened just now? I don't mind sharing that either. I was sucking on a lozenge and it literally went down my throat.
Oh my God.
So I should feel much better now after that, right? Because it went in and it's going to do its job. But she spoke about so many different things for us as women. All right. So no matter what, that particular information or that show will be timeless. Because even with our next guest, who's in her 30s, right? She's going to have to listen to that at some point, right? So go and tune in. It's episode 127. Go watch it. It's called, once again, Marriage and Menopause, Love, Laughter, and Hot Flashes. You can find it on YouTube. Look up Coach Trish Hanna, okay? Now, have you ever thought about how much money we spend on pharmaceutical products? This is the reason why I brought this particular show on, because I'm like, as much as I depend on certain brands to keep me, especially like how I just came out of this. I don't know what this is I had last week, cold, cough, whatever it is that I had. The remnants of it is me having a sore throat or hoarse throat, right? That's what you call it, when hoarse, yeah. And so I'm like, I given these people all this money, right? But I remember my grandma used to tell me, go in the back of the yard, go get the aloes, right? My grandaunt used to be, she had this big bush full of sorrel seed, and she used to tell me, go go, nah, I used to run. Now, Cersei and me ain't no friend, okay? But she used to send me to go get it for her. She would warm up the water, put it in there. She put a little lemon in it, maybe to give it a little flavor, whatever. And the next day, everything just gone. All the symptoms, the cold, the flu, the cough, everything just gone. And I'm like, you know what? I could I could save this little couple of dollars and go in the back of my yard, go find one Cersei. I said, let me go find some people who could help me help other people to save their little $2 and go put that in the bank somewhere, right? So all these products, these pills, these creams, these supplements, when everything that we need for health, anything pertaining to health is right in our backyard. I thought about the amount of sulfates and parabens that we have in our soaps and our shampoos when we could actually use natural products or natural things and prepare them for our skin and our hair, right? Especially as women, right? Man, I can't wait for y'all to see my guest hair. Like I have so much goals going on right now. Just looking at her hair, I taking them off. Okay, so I can't wait to find out what type of product she used for her hair. Right, y'all tune in because we can soon put her on Facebook. All right, now those particular items that we used to have, like with the parabens and the sulfates and stuff in it, it is known to irritate the skin. It was also found, well, research stated, now I don't know how true this is, I guess they'll tell me, that some of those products or those chemicals were found in breast cancer um, tissue. All right. When people were doing the research and finding things out or whatever, they found out that some of those chemicals were found in breast cancer tissue. And we are trying to step away from that. This is what knowledge is all about, right? It is through knowledge that the just be delivered. So if we understand the power of using natural products and staying away from those products that hold so much chemicals in them, I think we could live healthier, longer lives, or longer, healthier lives, right? Right. For generations, our ancestors used the power of plants, herbs, and natural remedies to heal the body. But over time, we've turned to quick fixes instead of lasting solutions. Now, I wanted this show to help us bring the focus back to nature's medicine and self care solutions. So let's see how we could get back, right? Let's see if we could get back to our gut health, our skin, hair, and weight management, back to the way it was years about just before we started getting into the relaxers for our hair and all these other, I ain't gonna call the brands because I may need them to sponsor the show one of these days. But we'll talk about that. Let me stay focused. No, but seriously, we have to talk about these things to avoid the effects of using them, the chemicals, right? That's in the products that we use. It is so much easier and better to use natural products versus those other products that are on the shelves. So we have the two wonderful and beautiful ladies here to talk to us about everything that we're going to talk from our head, literally the follicles of our hair, straight down to the bottom of our feet today. So what I want you to do is call up a friend and let them know, hey, I go, come, listen to the show. There are so many ways to listen to us. Star 106.5 FM radio dial. We're on YouTube, Coach Strachan. You can find us there. We're on Facebook, Your Lane Life Coaching, and Star 106 FM. Okay. You can also find us on the In Faith app on your mobile devices for those who follow the In Faith app. Okay. So we're there as well. All right. So go ahead, go get a pen and paper as well, because I'm most certain that there's going to be a lot of information here for you to write down. Okay. Your Lane episode 128, Looking into Nature's Medicine Cabinet, is brought to you by John Shoe Store and Accessories, Your Lane Life Coaching, Emmanuel Medical Center. Take charge of your health with Emmanuel Medical Center. From annual physicals to managing diabetes, hypertension, and more, they provide compassionate, comprehensive care for all ages. You can give them a call at 393-9355 today. Emmanuel Medical Center, helping you achieve wellness. We're also brought to you by Lysol Disinfectant. Sickness can spread fast, but with Lysol, you can go into protect mode. Nothing kills more viruses on more surfaces than Lysol Disinfectant Spray, distributed by Thompson Trading. Also brought to you by Del Monte. It's all about quality with Del Monte. With non-GMO ingredients and BPA-free packaging, every can is packed with fresh, nutritious goodness and nutritious goodness. Perfect for quick snacks or hearty meals, you can find Del Monte at your favorite food store. Fresh taste, smart choices, distributed by Thompson Trading. We're also brought to you by Airwick. Airwick, you could fill your home with the fresh, inviting scents of Airwick, from floral to fruity, warm to refreshing. There's a fragrance for every mood. With long lasting freshness, Airwick transforms any space into a welcoming retreat. Find yours today. Airwick, home is in the air. Distributed by Thompson Trading. And we're also brought to you by Fabulous Ronnie Hair Restoration Clinic. Attention all men, women, and children dealing with dandruff, alopecia, or any hair or scalp abnormality. Fabulous Ronnie Hair Restoration Clinic is here for you. As the number one trichologist in the Bahamas, Fabulous Ronnie specializes in restoring hair health with expert care. They offer personalized consultations in private one on one settings, ensuring that you get the attention and solutions you deserve. They have two convenient locations to serve you: Bay Street and Faith Avenue. You'll experience amazing customer service no matter where you go. Plus, they're open up on Sundays, okay? So you want to go and check them out. Take control of your hair health today. Give them a call at 341 Hair or 5650288 to book your consultation with Fabulous Ronnie Hair Restoration Clinic. And she was on our show one. This was about a couple Sundays ago. She also is an avid advocate, and she of not using hair products that have those various chemicals in them. All of her hair products are natural. In fact, she makes most of them, if not all of them. All right, so you definitely want to give her a call. So now let's get into it. We're gonna do have our guest introduction. Beats, without further ado, you can open up their cameras so that y'all can see how I hating in this place today, because the hair on point. I got the fake one, she got the real one, and even with the fake hair, still look better. None other than Rebecca. We're gonna talk about Rebecca. Rebecca is a certified nutrition specialist and the founder of Be Nourish, a faith-based nutrition practice based in the Bahamas. She specializes in functional nutrition and hormone health, offering personalized plans that support healing from the inside out. Rebecca works with a wide range of clients, from high powered professionals to patients battling chronic disease, to help them rebuild their health through evidence based, holistic strategies. I love that. She's passionate about merging modern science with nature's wisdom and creating practical solutions that fit real lives. So, hello, Rebecca.
Hello, everyone.
Next to her, we have Anna Smith. After going through her own healing journey with the world renowned Sabi, hey, okay, also from Honduras, who became her mentor and healer. Anna's passion to see people live healthier lives led her to enroll in the Institute for Integrated Nutrition of New York to become a certified integrative nutritional health coach. She studied with top professionals in natural health, wellness, and nutrition, learning over 100 dietary theories. Today, she is a certified herbalist, gut health, and hormonal health. Um, coach. Okay, with 15 years of experience in natural healing, Anna is passionate about inspiring children and youth to eat and live healthy. We need Anna to live in our house so that she can inspire my three children to eat and live healthy. Welcome, Anna, and welcome, Rebecca, to Your Lane Talk Show.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Y'all see, hold on. I didn't even have my Facebook thing open. I want y'all to see Rebecca's hair, please. I want y'all to see Rebecca's hair, please, because I have to buy it and she just have it. I ain't gonna hate, because that ain't the type of person I am. Okay, all right. So Rebecca, what's up with you? We ain't gonna talk about your hair first. I can leave that. I can leave that. I can leave that, because then I can spend the whole day talking about that. So we can talk about that.
Same.
So let me start with Rebecca. Honestly, I want to know, because you disclosed your age earlier, and this is so wonderful because it's very rare to find women, particularly of our skin color, who appreciate the value. We have few. Not saying that it's not possible or it's not common, but actually it's not common, right? To find black, I struggle to say that word, young women
Yeah.
going into things pertaining to natural health
Mhm.
and wanting to use that to help other people.
Yeah.
You know, we hear about women who want to do things with makeup and want to do things with fashion and want to do, you know, all these other things.
Mhm.
But to say nutrition, I mean, it almost sounds as if it's like it's a passion for you based on what I was when we spoke.
Mhm.
So, what inspired you to get into that?
Oh, well, there's a couple different things. So I would say my journey to health and wellness and making that a priority started actually from high school. So unfortunately, I struggled with a lot of knee pain from a really young age. Then also being an athlete, I suffered from some really bad injuries.
Mhm.
I also did sports that required you to maintain weight, so definitely fell into a little bit of the calorie counting and everything to make it into my weight categories. And so
Mhm.
that's where it started. But I would say honestly and truly, it didn't really flourish into wanting to understand the connection between what you eat and how you feel. That didn't really happen until I was in university, and I was just tired of always being in constant pain. I was like barely a 20-year-old with knee pains. I could tell you when the weather was going to change, and I was
Wow.
like, what the heck?
Yeah.
I was like, what the heck? I was like, I'm not even 30 and I can tell you when the weather's changing. So that definitely kind of struck up like, okay, I need to figure this
Yes,
out.
I'm right.
So going through various healthcare practitioners, physiotherapists and everything.
Mhm.
And then also just reading certain books pertaining to the connection between food and inflammation. And coming from a family history of osteoarthritis, I knew that that was already kind of in my genetics.
Mm.
So I wanted to get a better understanding of that, and just started associating certain foods with the way I felt. So feeling
Yeah.
more energized, feeling less pain or more pain. And then I guess what really sparked me to then take it to a more professional level
Mhm.
was actually doing a really interesting research project in Germany that looked at how exposure to certain chemicals when women are pregnant can actually impact the metabolism of children later on in life. Even children being born under or overweight could actually impact their metabolic health later on in life. And it
Mhm.
just really sparked an interest in me that, oh my gosh, like some of these things could actually be prevented
Mhm.
if we actually understood the impacts of them from an earlier age or earlier on in life. So then
Mhm.
we could say, okay, it's not actually okay to gain 60 pounds during pregnancy, because that can actually have a negative effect on my child
Mhm.
and not just me.
Mhm.
And then what I have to deal with after pregnancy. And so that just sparked my interest in learning more about nutrition, how we could actually prevent a lot of lifestyle related
Habits.
diseases,
Mhm.
and especially things like diabetes and hypertension, how they could actually be prevented if not reversed by changes in diet and lifestyle.
So when you went to university, right? You what was your like initial desire or
Like, what I start with?
aspiration and like to be what? What
Um,
professional?
to be honest, I was actually going to be a marine biologist. I actually was big into brief and BESS and island school, and I was the environmental kid that graduated high school thinking I was going to study more about the environment
Yeah.
and do research on how to save the planet. And I had professors in my core biology classes that really changed my mind on it, to be honest. And their research and the things that they spoke about that they were doing in the lab outside of teaching really sparked an interest in the human body and like cells
Wow.
and how we operate on a cellular level.
Mhm.
And then from there, it kind of spiraled into me then wanting to be able to help people more directly. Not necessarily going into medicine and doing
Mhm.
med school, but helping people more directly. And nutrition ended up being that link for me.
I love that. I love that, and it's interesting. Child, your parents must be very proud of you because either way, you were coming out with something.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
you
yeah.
were coming out, and that's amazing. And the way that you actually Pete, you good? We've had a long day.
Oh.
We've had a long day. So the way that you transitioned from wanting to be a marine biologist to now doing that health and nutrition and learning about the holistic part of the human
Mhm.
anatomy and the health and all these different things. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Is it? I mean, is it really exciting as it sounds?
For me, but then
Yeah.
people would tell me that I make anything and everything exciting, and I get
Right.
excited about very little things. My family was just teasing me about being excited about getting a glass water bottle, and I was like, "This is a very exciting moment."
Oh my goodness. All right, now we see where that going. All right. So Anna, I'm reading your bio, man. Your bio is also very intriguing. The fact that you went through a healing and health journey with Dr. Sabi, right? Before even talking about that, what inspired you? Was it because you got connected to Dr. Sabi, or was it something that the desire to know more about health and nutrition prior to Dr. Sabi?
Well, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Bahamas. Thank you for having me. What should I say? No, I was sick and very sick. On my 20s, when everybody is excited about finding what they want to do in life and party, drink whatever they want, go out with their friends, I find myself no energy, hardly sleeping, severe acid reflux that used to come through my nose.
Oh.
Um, could tell the weather like Rebecca, so I know what you're talking about. Feeling 80 year old, knowing that my dad had me at 60, and having the belief that because I was a child of an older person, and my mom was 44 when she had me, because she couldn't have kids earlier. Then I was like stuck. This is it for me. I have a death sentence. That's how I supposed to live. Itchiness in my skin, my throat inflamed all the time. Not sometimes, all the time. So I know how uncomfortable you feel because I used to feel like that, like permanently.
Wow.
A lot of itchiness on my eyes, on my ears. It was a lot, a lot.
From a child.
No precisely. I was a bit sickly, and after I start doing my coaching and I start like reminiscing and how my childhood was. I had a beautiful childhood, but at age 13, my life kind of changes a lot. So I was like a lot of stress. So that pretty much, I think it kind of hinders my health a lot. And at 18, I started having all this trouble until I met Dr. Sabi. When I met Dr. Sabi, I was like, couldn't deal with it no more. I was like, this is it for me. I diagnosed my own self. I used to be scared going to the doctor because I knew it wasn't going to be a good report.
Yeah.
Now, I don't encourage people not to go to the doctor, but that was me because of the mind have a lot to do with your health.
Yeah.
So it's important to understand that. So when I met Dr. Xavier, I was like, can I have a chance? So he said, well, you inherit your diet, not your sicknesses. And I was like, okay, let's do something and change diet. Not easy, but it's possible. And I can tell you today that I'm almost 48 next month, and I feel better than when I was in my 20s. So
Wow.
I'm a testimony of the body can heal itself.
Yeah.
And as long as you have life, it's possible.
I love that. All right. We're going to take a quick break. All right. So it was so good getting to know a little background about you two. And I'm excited to hear what you have to offer to us today. We're going to start once again. We're going to try to cover because there's a lot of questions that came to me from the time I posted this flyer on Facebook. So we're going to try to answer as many of your questions today as possible. But if you have any other questions that you want to post on Facebook, feel free to do so. Or if you want to send an anonymous question, you can go ahead and text the number 376-8689, 376-8689. We're covering everything from the hair straight down. So ladies and men, tune in. We'll be right back. Okay, so that's awesome. Man was so crazy that candy gone straight down my throat.
You put it off although you're like,
I was like, this is my time. Elizabeth, I come in. I come in. Oh my goodness. I was like, is this going to happen on live on the show? But to God be the glory. But yeah, so we are excited about that. We're on our break. So he'll let us know when we get back on. So we're gonna start. Let's start with see what questions I want to ask. Okay, 30 seconds in. So we're gonna talk about probably like what is your views or what are your views on pharmaceutical products? I know I said what I said at the beginning, so I want y'all to share it. No, I need you gotta be honest.
starting off with the high.
Yeah, I gotta start because you gotta be honest, man. That's the whole purpose of the show. You know, when you go in other places, you get to pretty it up a little bit and sugarcoat it a little bit. But when you're here, sis, you tell it all. You tell it all.
Well,
So people need to know.
I need to know.
you know, the good doctor say he's gone, right?
Welcome back. For those who just joining us, we have with us in studio Rebecca Strawn, who is a certified nutrition specialist, as well as Anna Smith, who's also a nutritionist, but she has a certification in herbal. She's a herbalist, a gut health and hormonal health coach. So they're going to talk to us about everything. Now, while we were on a break, I told them, I said, listen, we're going to talk about why, the importance of using natural products versus pharmaceutical products, just the basis on that. And of course, you can only hear it here because a lot of people, they're a little afraid, they're a little intimidated by saying certain things. But these women are going to say it all and share what they have to share. And maybe it'll change your mind, okay, to say, hey, there is a solution. You can actually find stores and people who sell natural, certified people now. Not just any bush mechanic on the side of the road, right? To find natural products to help you and things to help you with maintain that the health that you desire without having to use certain pharmaceutical products would end up allowing you in some cases to be worse off than you were before. So ladies, let's say Anna, let's go with you first. Now, what are your views?
Oh my goodness. Well, being honest, the pharmaceuticals sometimes are good, but not for long periods of time. You know, they can save our lives, but if you continually use it, it's gonna do the same or worse side effects than the actual sickness that you're dealing with. And that's the concern, So it's always something else that you could do to get your body back, because the body is designed for healing itself. If you believe in God, He made us perfectly. We are perfectly designed. This is a perfect machine. We have 50 to 100 trillion cells. They are living, they are listening to us. And once you put the right things in, they're going to start functioning the way they're supposed to function.
Yeah.
Right? So I believe strongly in the body's ability to heal itself, to repair, because we have an immune system. That's our army. So as long as we put the right thing, it's going to bounce back. And I have seen it over the years. And pharmaceuticals, it can help you, yes, but don't stay there too long. It's going to hurt. Yeah.
I always believe that natural remedies, I think to me, it may not be as fast as some of the pharmaceutical remedies, right? Pills and medicines, etc. But eventually it will take root, and you feel much better using that versus something else. I ain't gonna lie. The other day I took some NyQuil, and I ain't supposed to say the name, but anyway, hold me to it. And that's only because like I scared of Let them. I scared of the taste of Cersei and thing with my mommy tell me come get from her house, right? So and it was like a quick fix. So, but I can tell you when I got up to use the bathroom, I was like a zombie. All right, I trouble. I was walking, going to the bathroom, like, oh my God, what did they put inside this thing? Because I just felt just like I couldn't control how I felt.
Yeah.
And I consider that to be a concern. So I would rather go to mommy, just hold my nose, drink what I need to drink, and call it a day. At least I know for a fact I wouldn't have those side effects of my head feeling light, etc.
Yes.
Anna, what are your views on the natural remedies versus pharmaceutical
Rebecca.
medicines? I'm sorry, Rebecca.
That's all right. I think I share very similar views to Anna. So, working in more of the clinical space, I do agree that there's a time and a place for them. They do have that more immediate, fast acting impacts. And so they do have their place. Or if there's something that, genetically you just can't get around, it may be an essential thing for you to utilize pharmaceutical medications. But I do agree that in lifestyle and dietary related diseases, it is a really nice band-aid and what I would call a temporary masking of your symptoms, but it doesn't actually get down to the root cause of why you're sick in the first place, and it's not going to treat or heal what is going wrong in your body. So if you really want to target what's going on, you need to first get to the root cause of why did you develop this disease in the first place, and then make those changes that are necessary to then get your body out of that disease state. So like Anna said, giving your body the things that it needs to actually heal itself, because the body is very self-healing. We regenerate a lot of cells. We have stem cells to regenerate new cells. Our body can heal if it's given the things it needs to do that. So I definitely agree. Pharmaceuticals have their place, but they are not to be used long term, and they are not the solution long term.
I got you. Now, since you have the mic, what is the most common reasons your clients come to see you?
So most common reasons my clients come to see me are definitely going to be for weight loss. That's probably number one. And then outside of that, it's usually type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, chronic kidney disease, and also then, of course, hormonal imbalances. So I get everything from perimenopause, menopause, uh, PCOS, fibroids, just generic hormone imbalance in general. And funny enough, I've also been getting quite a few men who also have hormonal imbalance too. So low testosterone and prostate issues as well. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a few. What about you, Anna? When people come to see you, what is the most common
Well,
issue?
I'm a new life. So we get stage 4 cancers, diabetes, high blood pressure, hormonal imbalance, of course, uh, kidney disease. People come to us when the doctor says not longer something that they could do for them. And that's a pity, because if you start earlier, you could have, conquer way more and more healing by that time. But, you know, we deal with what we, and I'm saying all the time, once the person is committed to their own healing, because I'm not going to heal you, I'm going to guide you in the best of my ability. I'm going to try to find the root of the problem. Like Rebecca said, we got to find the root of the problem.
Yeah.
If we don't find the root of your problem, it's hard to heal. So sometimes we have childhood traumas that manifest later on.
Yeah.
And we have lupus, which is due to trauma. It's mostly is due to stress. The body is overloaded with stress. We have fibromyalgia now. It's very, very popular. multiple sclerosis, things like that. And all of those, you had to figure out what went on
Right.
before you start getting these things. And then we work from there because it's so much that entails health.
Yeah.
It's just not just eating. Eating is good, but some people eat just lettuce and tomatoes and they still get a problem. So the mind, if you don't find the purpose of your life and you thought about that, then that's another problem. Physical activity, our spirituality, because we are holistic. It's no such thing that is only one area of life
Yeah.
that is gonna get us healthy. No, of course we have a lot of deficiencies because the food that are we eating is perhaps depleted itself. So we are very deficient. Most of us are walking around with under half of the potassium that the body needs.
Mm.
So we are a miracle on the whole,
I noticed that our diet here, especially in this country, um, is at or will at some point wipe us out because we've already seen so many, issues with, as you've stated, diabetes and high cholesterol and all these different things that's happening with these people. But it's like it feels as if we're hearing it, but we're still saying, okay, it's no big deal. I'll just continue to eat. Because honestly, and let me retract. I don't even want to say that it's going to wipe us out. God forbid. I pray that the information and knowledge that we get today will allow us to just change and pivot really, and try to take our health more seriously. Because if you were to travel, especially because I work here, so you travel along the streets here, we got all kind of fast food places here. The lines wrap right up. Okay, so even if we don't have, let's say someone say, well, I coming in, and I heard this the other day, we're coming in, but I'm only going to get the salads, the chicken salad. um Little did they know, because someone told me this now, and this person is also a nutritionist, and more so in the fast food industry. They said, do you know that there's preservatives also in those salads and the chickens that you put, talking about you about eat just chicken salad? And a lot of people didn't know that. You could the audience was like, oh yes, because they want the food to remain consistent all around. So they have to bring or deliver those, import those packages over with the salads and all this other stuff for you. So when you're thinking, okay, I'm doing well, it's healthier than the fries and the fried stuff, but you're still, it's still not as healthy. So your views on that?
And piggyback on what you just said, we eating a chicken salad, and chicken is loaded with hormones, and we having perimenopause, menopause, and all of those things, uh, fibroids, endometriosis, and suffer with PCOS, and all we eat is chicken. So we need to rethink chicken on the whole. Now, I usually tell people, because it's hard to tell. Okay, take the chicken out of your diet, and that's mostly what they eat. And I go, okay, let's eat chicken from the local farmers. Let's support the local farmers, because this chicken is going to be tougher, and you could tell it's more organic because it's more hard. Because the ones that we are eating, they are so juicy because they are babies. We eating a 3 weeks chicken. We eating a tiny little one that looks like a turkey.
Yeah.
So all of those hormones we ingest in, and it causing us a lot of disruptions in our system. So we go around with a lot of hot flashes, with a lot of fibroids, especially here in the Bahamas. Is very, very common, very heavy. And it's other factors, of course. Rebecca and I was talking the other day, and it's a lot of factors and a lot of things that the culture do
Mm-hmm.
to get these things. But I definitely chick is one of them.
Mm-hmm. I noticed that we suffer from a lot of bloating as well. If you drive the streets, you'll see, and you got to be careful too, because one time in my situation, I had fibroids. So with the fibroids, it caused bloating for me. I remember going in a particular jewelry store, and the person was like, "How far along are you?" I was like, "What?" But seriously, the bloating is a problem for us as women.
Yes.
Where how do we get that, and what can we do to prevent that, or try to heal in whatever case that we can to cause it to go down? That's
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Rebecca.
I mean, bloating comes from a few different things. So I would say for most people, men and women, it usually comes from overconsumption of like sugar, starches,
Mhm.
carbs in general,
Mhm.
because they tend to cause the body to hold on to more water. They can also cause more gas depending on the
Mhm.
ratio of other foods that we're consuming too. For women, we can also experience gas and bloating based on hormones. So, especially progesterone, actually.
Mhm.
That's why
Mhm.
most women experience bloating right before their cycle, because you tend to get a surge in progesterone right
Mhm.
before your cycle happens, like right before you start bleeding.
Yeah.
And then I would also say stress, cortisol, the big stress hormone
Really?
actually tends to cause digestion to slow down. So even eating while you're stressed or stressed out or had a stressful day can cause your digestion to slow down, because it's a signal to the body, don't utilize resources because we might need them in case we have to fight or flight.
Mhm.
And as a
Mhm.
result, you end up then having a slow digestion, which then causes more gas and water retention and then leads to bloating.
Wow. So
Yeah.
I thought it was due to like drinking beer
I mean, that
and
can from yeast, yeah, yeast
and
rich
then
foods
yeah,
can, yeah,
yeah, like
definitely.
drinking
So,
all this other
so
stuff.
beer,
So it's a
breads,
lot of
things like
different
that, yeah,
factors.
pizza, stuff like that can
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
contribute.
Mhm.
But there's a lot of different factors as to why. So, again, you have to get to the root cause. Why are you having bloating? Did something you ate? I mean, dairy, even lactose intolerance.
Right.
Majority of people are lactose intolerant, whether they like to admit it or not.
Mhm.
Because as an adult, we're not supposed to be eating dairy at all, or like any milk products in general. And so as a result, our body just doesn't produce the enzymes to break it down. And so the gut bacteria feed off of the sugar, which it shouldn't see in milk and cheese and yogurt,
Mm.
and causes more bloating.
Listen, I feel so bad because growing up, they used to say you gotta drink your milk. Milk is good and the calcium, da da da.
Yeah.
And then, and I've been seeing where even with my children and their digestive systems are kind of warped when it comes to drinking. So I purchased Lactaid,
Yeah, which is
right?
better.
And so that's
Yeah.
what I use in my home because I
Mhm.
could see the difference with them when it comes to when they do drink or eat something that has
Exactly.
milk in it versus butter. So I had to learn that. This is a long time ago though that I had them, but they still ask for ice cream and stuff.
Of course. I
You
mean,
know,
who
as
doesn't?
kids,
I love ice
right?
cream. I love ice cream.
Right.
That's
So
my
if
one kryptonite. I like ice
exactly,
cream.
so
Give me a
if I
bite of ice
do
cream.
go to get ice cream, I'll get the lactate ice cream as
Okay,
well.
good. Yeah.
Yeah. Now I know you spoke about weight loss. People coming to you. What are some of the things that we can use? The natural things that can be used to help with losing weight for those who are trying because it
So natural thing you can use for, I mean, obviously in general, just eating natural foods. So foods that come from the earth and not processed and packaged in a package or
Mhm.
made into something else. Naturally, just by consuming those, you will actually increase your metabolism. So I tell people you can eat 1,200 calories of highly refined and processed fried food, and then 15 to 1,800 calories of natural food, and you will lose weight on that natural food, but you will not lose weight on that processed food, even though you're eating less calories.
wow.
So it's not just about the numbers in terms of calories, it's also about the quality of the food.
Mhm.
Because at the end of the day, you still need nutrients to actually convert food, so that fat, protein, and carb, into usable energy in the body, in the mitochondria. You still need vitamin A, D, K,
Yeah.
calcium, magnesium. You need all of these vitamins and minerals. Where are you getting that from? Natural foods. You're not getting that from packaged or processed
Right.
foods.
So, what would be a typical you now? Because
Mhm.
for some people, be like, okay, because you don't eliminate chicken, and good and
Yeah.
well, we like chicken.
Of
So,
course.
what would be like just a daily menu for you? Let's say like a
For
good
me,
Sunday.
Oh, good Sunday.
Yeah. Now be real, man. Because we still want our peas and rice and chicken and
Of
coleslaw on the
course.
side.
And I tell people, you can still have that, but you just need to moderate,
Right.
one, the amount, and
Mhm.
two, the ratio on your plate.
Mhm.
So I still eat those on occasion. I mean, I'm not like the typical Bahamian that cooks peas and rice every Sunday,
Right.
but I'll still have it. But if I do, again, it's in a what I call a
Moderation.
balanced plate
Mhm.
ratio. So, I'm having a salad or some sort of vegetables as well. So half my plate is going to be either a salad or some sort of mixed vegetables that I've cooked.
Mhm.
A quarter of the plate will be the peas and rice or some sort of rice or starch, whether it's pasta or whatever.
Mhm.
And then the other quarter will be some sort of protein. So whether I choose something like chicken or fish is my preference. I
Mhm.
love fish, so like
Mhm.
grouper snappers, things like that. Or then if you're having some other meats, then that's fine, but making it a proportioned amount. Or then if you're going plant based, then some sort of beans, so some sort of protein source in that regard, so beans or nuts or something like that.
So Anna, if someone wanted to do one of those, I look on Facebook and every time you see something with losing weight, you drink this juice and you take this or whatever. So if someone wanted to use some herb product, natural product to lose weight, we know about the eating and all that stuff, but using supplements, what can be used
Well, we
to help
know
with that?
now. If you don't mind telling me about tequilation, that's a tonic that you could take.
Mhm.
But we also at home ginger boosts metabolism. And we have, if I pronounce it right, the cloves
Mhm.
that are very good even for bloating because it kills candida. It's amazing. Like you can
It's good for
actually,
women.
if you drink that in the night, you can actually feel it in the morning. I love it. So little things like that, that you can be committed, that you can always remember. Because we drink it one day, and I'm guilty.
Mhm.
We have a lot going on,
Yeah.
and we keep going, 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 and stress is accumulate, and that's a thing that we need to watch.
Mm.
But also, it takes we just lose track of commitment with ourselves. So we have to remember that if we're not functioning properly, then we can't help others.
Yeah.
So committing ourselves to, okay, I'm gonna do this. Even just drinking water, because when you don't drink enough water, you're stressing your system. Then your pressure will go high. As simple as that.
Yeah.
You can do breathing, and I when I learned about that, I thought it was like a little crazy. You just breathe and lose weight. But why is that? Your body needs to be calm.
Yeah.
Your body needs to uh, take these breaks to actually heal. The body don't heal in a state of alarm. So ultimately, we looking to create this harmony in the system
Mhm.
for wellness, for overall wellness, not just for weight loss. And we're gonna see our body start working
Mhm.
different. And of course, eating whole foods, like
Yeah.
Rebecca was saying. Nature make little boxes colorful, which are with a lot of different uh, colors that are catchy to the eye, but it's gonna damage your cells. So getting in touch with nature is amazing. What do to calm your body down,
Calm. Yeah.
other than just drinking something. But drink water in the morning. Take a glass of water or two, or hot water with a pinch of salt. Don't be scared of salt. As long as it's sea salt,
Mm.
Himalayan salt, Celtic salt, these have some good salt, or their pond salt, as natural, as raw as you can get it,
Mhm.
with a pinch of salt, squeeze a lime in it, and drink that.
So why the salt?
The salt.
I can answer that because you need the salt. Why salt is important. It's
I mean, based on what she said.
so based on what
with
she's
diet,
Yeah,
with
yeah,
so
losing weight.
salt actually helps to hydrate you. So without
Mhm.
hydration, you can't metabolize. You can't
Mhm.
burn fat unless you're hydrated.
Mhm.
So dehydration can actually cause you to hold on to fat, and it's known that you need salt, so vitamins and minerals in your water. And naturally, if you're drinking well water or spring water, those minerals would be in the water.
Right.
But we drink bottled water, so it's usually void of those things.
Mhm.
Adding salt adds back in those minerals. So the sodium, potassium, magnesium, calcium, we need all of those. And it helps your body to be hydrated so you can actually metabolize and burn fat.
Got you. I mean, she riddled that off like, hey, this my task. I know, but this I can talk
Yeah.
with this.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
62
I'm getting an
minerals.
A on this test.
Well, that's
Right.
a learned experience.
Okay.
I learned the hard way. You need to add salt to your water. You're not
Yes,
dehydrated.
yes.
I love that. All right, so we're gonna take a break, Beats. Let's take a quick break and then we go straight into because I have to get to the meat of things like our heart health. You know, with high cholesterol, diabetes that you've been mentioning. Talk about that. And I gotta put the hair thing somewhere in there somewhere. I gotta put that in there. All right, because y'all, if y'all see her hair, come on Facebook, Your Lane Life Coaching. Come see Rebecca's hair. Okay, all this is yours.
Yes.
All that is hers. And I had to ask her online to see if she's gonna tell because I put my, I don't put my hand on people.
You
there.
could, I'll let
But-
you. I love
Her
your
hair
personal
is
hair.
just
Oh,
absolutely beautiful. All right, so let's take this break, Beats, and then we'll talk about heart, our heart and blood pressure and all those other things that seem to be very common in our culture. Right after this.
People be scared of salt. So
Yeah, myself
Mm.
included. That's I say I
Yeah.
learned it the hard way. I
Yeah.
learned so much then about hydration
Yeah.
because my mom has high blood pressure.
Yeah.
And we actually did salt, oil, and sugar free, and it was very helpful for her because
Mhm.
she's salt sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the opposite. I'm actually
You
like
need it.
I need it because I
Yeah.
tend to have lower blood pressure, and I sweat a lot. So for me, like I lose so many salts,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
need to replenish.
Yeah.
And so even though like when I first came back
That's
home, I was
good.
working like outdoor kids camp. I was like
Oh,
sweating
gee. Yes.
a lot.
Yes.
And I would drink like the same kind of full gallon of water, not hydrated at all, pee, and I was like, what the? And then someone was like, electrolytes. I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
Like what? And then I added salt and lemon to my water.
So what are your
Change
thoughts
my
on, like typical, you see the guys on the side of the street selling the coconut water, Okay. You don't have
Question from Yolanda. She
Okay.
says, do you add the salt to all the water that you drink all day?
Hold on, let's ask that on the Welcome back. We're gonna start off by answering this question from our audience. Beats, what's the question? Facebook Live.
So the question comes in from Miss Yolanda Edwards. She asks, do you add salt to all the water that you drink? Like all day, like every cup?
No, not necessarily. It's very dependent upon how much you sweat and what you do. So I would say if you're just an average person that doesn't sweat a lot, adding it to one of the cups that you drink in a day, maybe first thing in the morning, like Anna said, first thing in the morning with salt and lemon, that's sufficient.
Mhm.
If you're an athlete or very active, you may need more just because you're going to lose a lot more in sweat and training.
Okay. I love that. But hold on. I want to talk about the hair, right? I have to talk about that. Sorry, man. Let me just talk about the hair real quick, please, man. Let me get it off my chest, man. Okay, so first of all, Anna, what clearly, because you're a nutritionist, you eat healthy, you drink a lot of water. It's very evident even in your hair. But what is your hair regimen, like routine? What do you do? How do you maintain it? And then for people who want to have that same, healthy hair, whatever, what type of supplements and things that can be used to maintain good hair health?
Great question. I am probably the simplest as simple could come. I've went through all the trial and errors of different hair products. Personally, for me, and I wouldn't say this applies to everyone, but personally for me, I use a shampoo, a natural shampoo, and then I do a leave-in conditioner, some natural oil. So I kind of teeter between a few different ones, but often on my hair I use either like jojoba oil or argan oil, like lighter oils. Occasionally I use something a little thicker if I feel like I need a bit more moisture,
And
like
these are
castor
100%
oil. 100% pure oil, yeah.
Pure,
Or you can find a natural mix that's just pure oil blended and it doesn't
Mhm.
have weird like soybean oil and canola oil mixed
Mhm.
in. Yeah, you gotta look at the ingredients.
Mhm.
And then that's usually my go-to. I find my scalp needs a little bit more. If it's a little dry, then I'll use maybe a combination of coconut oil and tea tree oil just to prevent dandruff and things
Mhm,
like that.
mhm.
Because I am prone to candida overgrowth and
Yeah.
a lot of fungal overgrowth, just genetically. And yeah, then if I feel like I need a treatment, then I either make something at home, or recently I've been using a brand that I quite like. I don't know if I'm allowed to market brands on here.
No, but tell me about your hair treatment that you do.
Treatment.
The-
Like I said, I'm very lazy. I would say I'm not the person that has like 10-step hair care routine. No, 2 steps. It's like my normal routine is definitely more of a wash and go. So it's a wash, then a leave-in conditioner with some oil on
So
top to hold the moisture in,
what
and then the deep
'Cause you-
treatment.
yeah.
I wash my hair and then I leave it on for way longer than you're supposed to leave them on. Just deep conditioners, yeah.
Oh, so you don't use like 'cause I
And
mean-
sometimes oil. I do
Mm.
oil treatment too.
Okay.
So it depends on how dry my hair is and how
Yeah.
long I've gone. So probably like once a month I'll do I guess I wouldn't say hot oil, but like I'll do like a oil treatment on it.
I make up my
And once a
treatments.
week I do
Mhm.
deep treatments.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I do and tell me if I'm wrong. I do eggs and
Oh,
my hairs
nice.
in my hair treatment regimen. Well, either for me or for my children as well.
Mhm.
But if there's something wrong with that or I shouldn't be doing that, y'all let me know.
Nothing
That's
really wrong with
good.
it. I mean, I think most people do eggs because of the protein.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be honest, you're not probably getting a lot of protein
From
from
the-
what
from
I
the-
from online. It's like you need hydrolyzed protein, so that's why the
Yeah.
protein treatments usually have hydrolyzed
Mhm.
protein. So
I
they can
buy the
actually be
treatments, but then I
absorbed.
add that into
You add the
that.
egg to.
Or sometimes I use like aloe,
Oh, good, perfect. Yeah,
Yeah.
aloe treatments are good.
botana oil.
Yes,
Yeah.
the banana oil is great. Mhm.
Sorry, y'all. I had to get that.
No, it's
I
good.
would not have slept tonight.
But
I had to call her whatever time
But-
to ask.
But the
ahead.
secret to thick, long hair, and if I want my hair to grow like fast,
Yeah.
rosemary and cloves. Those two, you could do it as a rinse, like a water rinse, or like soak it in oil for like a couple weeks, whichever. That is the secret. And then if you really want defined curls, flaxseed gel, homemade flaxseed gel is the secret to like really define curls. I
Wow.
don't even use it all the time, but if I want like no frizz, and I don't want to use gel,
Yeah.
that is my gel. I don't use gel, so I use flaxseed gel.
I love
Those are
that.
the three.
You see that?
Those are three.
Oh,
If you want your hair to
child.
grow, rosemary and cloves.
I love that. And guess what? The rosemary products, on what's the other one you said?
And cloves.
And the cloves. I don't know if she has cloves, so she'll answer that. But definitely rosemary. Products you could find at Fabulous Ronnie, who's a sponsor of the show.
Mm.
All right, like I said, she does her own natural stuff as well. So go and hit her up for that. All right, now let's talk about the heart health and stuff. Now, what can be used, Anna, to improve heart health, like the blood pressure, cholesterol, and stuff? What type of like herbs and treatments and stuff that we could perhaps find in our backyards?
You know, a lot of Chapanero grows in the Bahamas.
Mhm.
The Bahamas is covered, but if you know the plant, you'll see it everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's funny because we take it as weed. So every time it grows, we pull it out, but God knows we need it because most people are walking around with high blood pressure. And that is a blood purifier. Also, the Sarasi, it's a blood purifier as well. So you could do it, and not for long periods of time, but you could do it. But the Chapanero, you can add it to maybe a smoothie, a juice. I recommend juicing. If you could do it every day, do a green juice now because some of us make fruit juices,
Yeah.
which it can add to the problem depending on what you're dealing with.
Yeah.
So one of the things that is very good also for the hair, but I recommend it in my juice, is the nopal cactus. That is
Okay.
found you can find it in pretty much anybody yard. And that is amazing. People used to wash their hair. Like people come to me and say, "Oh, that's the thing I used to wash my hair when I was a kid." And it's good. It's very good, but also for heart health, joint health. It's just loaded with chlorophyll, even for the skin, because it has a copper in it also, which is very much needed for the skin. So we don't have that much wrinkles.
Mhm.
And it's just goodness. So make your green juice with those ingredients, cucumbers, like some of us grow
And
in the
that would
backyard.
help with the to lower the blood pressure and all
And
those other things,
cholesterol,
cholesterol. Okay, that is
definitely.
needed.
Yes, yes,
And for
definitely.
us especially, because you know we like our tuna and grits in the morning, and then on the weekends we kill the conch, right? We have our nice little conch snack and conch salad and all those other things. And of course those things are high in cholesterol. All right, the mayonnaise from it, of course, from the tuna and grits, and so we have to be mindful of that as well. Even though people are walking around looking healthy, and just because they're slim doesn't mean that they don't
No.
suffer from those things. So
Yeah.
we have to be mindful of that. And I just want to put in a little 5 cents that if you have not gotten your yearly physical as yet, go ahead and do so. Okay, test all of those, your blood, test every single thing, the urine, whatever it is that need to be tested, your eye, make sure I get your air. Cause child, anyway, I talk about that later. Get those things tested. Let's talk about the eye health though. What are some things that we can use to help with better vision? Because we always hear growing up, you eat your carrots, child, so your eye could good, you get good eyesight. We understand the carrots help with that. But what other type of maybe herbs in the yard or foods that could help with good sight, vision?
Well, I mean, the reason why they told you to eat the carrots is because of an antioxidant or a plant compound called beta carotene, which is
Mhm.
just vitamin A. So anything that's orange is going to have the same thing.
Mhm.
So obviously things like papaya, orange sweet peppers, things like that, they're also going to be loaded with beta carotene to help
Mhm.
support eye health.
Mhm.
Of course, naturally, any foods that are rich in antioxidants and chlorophyll and things like that are going to help just to support overall eye health
Mhm.
and generally vision. You can definitely, if you notice you get a lot of mucus buildup, do something cleansing, like maybe like salt water rinse and things like that. If you notice you have dirt or debris in your eyes, especially if you wake up first thing in the morning.
Hold on. Salt water rinse in your eye.
Yeah, man, salt water's great for everything, if you ask me.
Y'all are
So
crazy.
yeah, it's like even just salt water from the ocean. You know how healing
What?
salt water from the
Why did
ocean
our
is.
eyes be panicking when the
Try,
water go in
no,
my eye from the ocean?
let that go. Let you guys let that go in your eye, through your nose, everything. Like
What?
it's so healing for everything
Wow.
from your sinuses, your
Yeah.
eyes. If you have skin issues, if you have joint issues,
Just go on the
inflammation,
beach.
just go to the beach.
My God.
So like just go to the beach. Even for me, I had so much fluid in my knee after sport injuries, and the only thing that got rid of the fluid, I had it drained and everything. The only thing that completely got rid of it was going into the beach on a
Yeah.
consistent basis, going into salt water on a consistent
Now,
basis.
I don't have a problem going to salt water and all these different things, right? But for it to go in your eyes,
Yeah, your
it's not
mouth,
going to
your
be intentional for
nose,
me.
everything.
It's going to have to end up like, oops, you know? But other than that, no. Beach, is there a question?
Your response is like saying, "Tell me that you're from Nassau without telling me you're from Nassau." Like if you grew up from the Family Islands, anything, any sickness,
Go to the beach. Healing right there.
you get
Yup.
pneumonia.
Go
Go
to
to
the
the
beach.
beach. Yeah, I'm definitely not from
Yeah.
Nassau.
That's all you need. Are there any specific herbal remedies, though, Anna, to help with eye health?
Well, we have the eye bright. So you could do tonic also. The bilberry is very good for the eyes. And even if you drink it, not necessarily put it in your eye, because the pancreas have a lot to do with your eyesight.
Mm.
So once your pancreas is working well, your eye can improve. It said that the pilots, to be able to see further,
Mhm.
they drink a lot of the bilberry. So you could take it in a
What's it called?
tea.
Bilberry.
Bilberry, yeah, bilberry.
And that's something we could find.
No
Not necessarily.
necessarily here, but usually in a tea bag you can find it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not much so much things, but the salt water definitely you can put it on your eye. You can even put lime, but it's a little bit more scary. Even cayenne pepper, you could use that, but it burns. It's honey, but it's not here. That Dr. Sevi used to recommend a lot. That is amazing. It's gonna burn your eye, but it's amazing to heal the eyes as
Mm-hmm.
well. But the salt is probably the most uh, closest that we have to deal with the eyes. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. There's a question. Hello, thank you for your guest. I am 53. What can I do to boost my libido? Hold on. What can that's actually going to be one of our questions, but I don't. If you want to answer it, that's fine. We ain't get there yet. We was coming down. We were going down
We're going
the
down.
human body. But what can she do to boost her libido at 53?
Okay. Wow. Stop eating chicken.
So what was she say? Stop eating chicken. No, but you is that a joke? Or are you serious? But that stop eating chicken.
No, I am serious about the chicken.
What the chicken is
I am
do?
very
I
because
mean,
it,
as far as
it
libido.
creates so much imbalances in our system,
Okay,
so much
yeah, with the hormones.
disruption.
Yeah, I understand.
So definitely we have to change our diet. You know, that has a lot to do with how we feel.
Mm-hmm.
And and that's a fact. You know, just drink more water. And Rebecca, I see
Yeah,
you.
are there herbal things that can be used?
Definitely maca,
And I have a ginseng.
suma, maca, but I don't think you can find this in the backyard.
Mm-mm.
Maca root. I heard about
Maca
that.
root,
Now, but I
yeah.
had others try to increase the fertility. Ain't nobody trying to. Who's trying to get rid of churn? Ain't trying to take
Well,
that.
it's gonna balance you. Well, it's a part of being balanced
Right.
because this is normal, right? And it's a purpose of everything,
Yes.
unfortunately.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Some things are like okay.
Yes.
But it's a purpose of everything. So being healthy in that sense means you're gonna be fertile.
Yes.
And that's how God made
Created
us.
us. Yeah.
That's how God
So the
created
maca
us.
root. What else you said? Sorry.
Maca root also, I will suggest vitamin C.
Vitamin C.
A lot of us are not paying attention to the vitamin C, and it's essential, especially if you're going through the menopause,
Mhm.
period, whatever stage that is. We need to take vitamin C. It's essential
Mhm.
to maintain health for the immune system and for overall health. We need that to absorb iron because at that point we might lose a lot of blood some cycles. Some cycles don't come, but I meet people. I've been with my period for 2 months or 3 months and it helped me. So we have to bring balance. We have to
Yeah.
bring the harmony that we talk
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
So those things gotta happen, you know. So stay with the vitamin C, maca root. Where I work, we have a tonic. That's a
Mhm.
female balance tonic. It's very good for balancing and boosting the libido
Mhm.
for men and women. So
Boy, this tonic been coming up a lot lately. For every little thing, we have this tonic. I need to go find this tonic because this tonic is the bomb. So okay. So I think you are. Rebecca, you want to answer that, or we can move on?
Oh, yeah, I was just gonna say generally too, I guess natural things that you can do to boost it would be by boosting your testosterone levels. So for men and women, that does play a huge role in our libido.
So
Exercising, so
Mhm.
especially weight training or resistance training. So not just going for a walk or a run,
Yeah.
but actually building muscles and that resistance.
Yeah.
That'll also help to support bone density too. And then the shilajit or shilajit, that's another good one for men and women. If you want, but again, that's not an herb that you can find outside. Yeah, that's from the Himalayas though, or sea moss too. Apparently, sea moss is sea moss as well.
Oh, y'all famous for that. Sea moss. Definitely the sea moss. I have had the sea moss salad from you guys, and it was just so delicious. I didn't even know I was going to end up eating. I didn't know that it was sea moss in the salad. I just like the scent of it because it smelled so much like conch salad. And then I got swing because I was told that it was sea moss in it, but it was delicious. It was delicious. So, what other things sea moss? Because everybody always talking about the sea moss thing. There was someone who I saw selling sea moss juice, but it was so sweet. I didn't know if it was truly like that's scary because it can't be that sweet. The type of stuff they put in it.
so we coming back to nourishment. We coming back to feeling the lack that the body has with nutrients. So the sea moss, it provides about 92 minerals. And
Yeah.
that's the beauty. So it helps with the bones, it helps with the skin.
Mhm.
You can actually do a mask and put it on your skin. And that works very well. And it's good for the lungs. People who have asthma for years, you start drinking that sea moss and start cleansing the mucus.
Yeah.
The mucus from the head. And that was one of my issues. A lot of mucus in my head. my bones used to hurt
Mm.
because it was so much mucus, and
Mm.
it started getting rotten. I couldn't smell it. That's how bad it was. So the sea moss, it pulls the mucus from the head, it pulls mucus, and it gonna start, and also helping you to lose weight. So I'm gonna start pulling it out, cleansing the body. We need to
Mhm.
cleanse the system. You know, we eat so much different things, and it's not just what we eat.
Yeah.
It's all around us. So sometimes in the water, we can't avoid certain things. So cleansing the systems, those sea mosses give you so much nutrients that the body start repairing
Yeah, I love that.
automatically. Yeah.
And
So
how do you cook the sea moss? I know that it could be done in various ways because, like I said, there was the salad, there was the juice. How else can you prepare sea moss?
well,
Well, we can still have that effect with
if
the.
you have the raw sea moss, you can implement it in your meals and your soups. You could put it in your soups.
Mhm.
You could, put it in your salads. You can put it anywhere. It's tasteless, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay.
It depends if you're not like the one we have. It's a combination. That's why it smells so
Yeah, yeah,
terrible.
yeah,
But
Bladder
but
right.
in the raw form, CMOS don't have no taste, pretty much.
we talk about fat loss, but let's talk about gaining weight for those who would want to gain weight. And Rebecca, come that mic for you.
Rebecca, this is for you.
Turn it over.
I love
All
weight
right.
gain.
So
I like
we
it more
doing
than
here.
weight loss.
We doing here, sis.
Oh
Talk
man,
to us.
it's fun. So yeah, it's funny because a lot of people come for me for weight loss, but I have had a few with weight gain, but
Mhm.
not as many. So with weight gain, you're looking at, well, two different approaches. One, are you active enough, or are the foods you're eating activating your metabolism so
Mhm.
that then you're actually utilizing and burning that and converting it to energy? So
Mhm.
that could be a reason why you have low appetite
Mhm.
or even digesting. Does your body produce sufficient enzymes to actually digest and break down food?
Mhm.
And then of course also being physically active, so stimulating your muscles and things like that will also help. In terms of food, I think again natural foods will help to boost your appetite and metabolism, and so it'll help you to gain weight. Overall, you want to focus on more caloric food, so that's going to be a lot more of your fats, good carbohydrates as well, and then sufficient protein. But you don't want to overdo with the protein
Mhm.
because protein tends to make us feel more full and satisfied.
Mhm.
So if we're trying to increase the amount of calories and maintain a good amount of calories, then we want to go for a bit more of the fat and carbohydrates.
What are your views on protein powders? Using them, I guess, as supplements, and
Mm,
then your views on using certain things like creatine
okay.
and muscle
Yeah.
boost, all those different things to help with that. What are your views on that?
So I would say be careful because there's a lot of things on the market. So you really want to read the ingredients. They're not bad supplements and things
Mhm.
to add in, especially protein powders.
Mhm.
They do make it easier to consume more protein if
Mhm.
that's what
Mhm.
you need.
Mhm.
And then I tend to recommend them more actually for weight loss because they support controlling the appetite, ensuring you're getting sufficient protein, and that's not a reason why you're over consuming or craving sugar or craving
Mhm.
certain snacks.
Mhm.
um when it comes to then these different mixes and blends of things that we have in powder form in the sport world, like I said, you want to be careful what other ingredients are in them. So protein and hydrolyzed protein and protein powders themselves are not bad. Just be careful if you are lactose intolerant. You may want to consider doing only whey or doing a plant-based protein, so something like pea protein, hemp protein, brown rice protein, something like that. They're going to be much better options if you're lactose intolerant. That's what
Is
I
there,
do. I do pea protein.
is there anything that they should look out? Because you said look out for what's in them, other than
Yes.
lactose.
So
Of
other than
course.
lactose, what kind of sweetener? So unfortunately, a
Ah.
lot of them use sucralose,
Mhm.
which we thought was better than our aspartame and equal and all of that,
Mhm.
but studies have shown they're just as bad. They can
Mhm.
impact inflammation in the body. They can mess up your gut health. They can actually cause insulin resistance, which then leads to diabetes, prediabetes, and then diabetes. So you want to be careful with what the sweetener is in
Mhm.
them. It's just hard because majority of them are sweetened. Same, and then if they have other fillers and preservatives to keep them fresh for longer, you
Yeah.
just want to be careful. Personally, for me, I go with the unflavored pea protein, and then I just flavor it with like cocoa powder or vanilla extract or something
Yeah.
based on the flavor that I want, or I just add it to my smoothie so it tastes like the fruit in my smoothie.
Yeah.
Same with the creatine. So creatine is not a bad thing, but again, you want to be careful what else is added, like what flavors is it, artificial flavors, weird sweeteners, things like that. You want to be cautious. The best is always just to go for the most plain, simple, single to two ingredients, or a few ingredients at most. And yeah, and then I would say same thing with meal replacements and the mass gainers. Just try to go for cleaner products as much as possible, and try to stay away from those ones that have the really, really long ingredient list.
Right. Yeah. And the ones you can't pronounce.
You're like, what is that? If you don't know
Okay.
what it is, probably don't take it.
Yeah. We spoke about, did we really get into the scalp? Because I know you spoke about the rosemary.
Yeah.
Right. So what other things, I got you. What other things, once again, my Grammy them and me, I got that from washing our hair with aloes, which I absolutely love, except when the water strains down and then you get to taste a little bit of but other than that, that should tell you what type of child I was, right? My mom used to hold me down to put medicine in my mouth. That's how it is. To this day, like that's traumatic for me. But anyway, what other things can herbal things, natural things that can be used to help with scalp health?
Yeah, you go.
Well, we talk about the rosemary.
Yes.
Yeah, the cloves, and also I spoke about the cactus as well. You can just make sure you don't hurt yourself because they have a lot of prickles in
Yeah.
it. Slice it and just blend it, and then you
How do
strain
you
it in
prepare
your
the
water.
rosemary though?
The rosemary you can find in an oil already made, but if you have the fresh one, you can get a good source of olive oil or coconut oil. I like coconut oil a lot because it kills candida, which is the white stuff
Yes.
that we get to see.
Yes.
So we want to infuse it for a couple of weeks, and
Yeah.
then we can use it. Yeah.
Oh, so this is something you just do instantly? Yeah, I like quick fixes.
Okay, so if you want a quick fix, then you could put it in a very low heat, maybe for a couple hours, maybe 3-4 hours.
Yeah.
We're very low, no boiling. We don't want to boil the
No.
oil. It's just we want just to keep it warm so it could draw,
Yeah.
and that's
Well, what's your take on rice water?
rice
you.
water.
It's good. It's good. But just to touch back on what Anna was saying,
Yeah.
if you have a crock pot too, you can do the oil extractions for the rosemary.
Okay.
Or if you want to just do a rinse, you could do boiling water with the rosemary. It's very quick, like a tea,
Yeah.
and you can just spray that on your hair as a rinse. I've
Oh
also
my
done
God.
that. Not as beneficial as the oil because obviously the oil is going to sit there for
Yeah.
longer.
Yeah.
And you can combine it with the cloves too and do the same thing.
Mhm.
But yes, rice water. It's good. It's good. That's another one. Only warning of the rice water. It smells weird, especially if you're doing fermented rice water, which is the
Yes.
best.
Yes.
It also bleaches fabrics. Learned that the hard
I
way.
didn't
I almost
know.
got the cut up of my life because I bleached my mother's pillowcase
Oh,
in
no.
high school doing rice water.
Mhm.
Yeah, but it's really good for hair and skin as well.
Read that question.
And then I would say too for scalp health, if you do suffer from dandruff, like Anna was saying, the
Mhm.
candida overgrowth, anything antifungal. So you can do neem or neem oil. So again, you can do a tea or oil. You could do tea tree, coconuts.
Yeah.
All of them are great options. And then love vine. People forget about the love vine. People still wash their hair with love vine.
I never heard
That's
about
the
that.
old.
I'm
I probably that's the
sorry.
old
That's
school.
the
I
old
never do
school,
that, but that's the old
Okay.
school is to wash your hair with love vine.
Mhm.
So that's another one.
Ladies, we have a question coming in.
A question from Miss Yolanda Edwards. She asks, I'm confused because some doctors say you only need a multivitamin, and then other doctors will tell you no, you need all types of vitamins. You need vitamin A, B, C, D, E, fish oil, magnesium, calcium, iron, and etc.
What is
Who should I
correct?
be listening to?
That's a good question.
That's a great
Go
question. I would say ditch your multivitamins. You don't
Ditch 'em?
Ditch them. You just paying for expensive urine. Honestly and truly, you peeing out and excreting most of the things that are in them. you absorb, if you're lucky, 10 to 20% of what's actually in them. Also, most minerals compete for absorption. So if you have your zinc and your magnesium in the same capsule, you're probably not absorbing much of either. And yeah, so I would say ditch the multivitamins. If you take it, it makes you feel better, and you get that placebo effect. Continue taking your multivitamin.
Especially them chewy gummy ones.
Like if you for the placebo, like Anna said, it's also mental. So definitely, if you feel like it makes your life better, it gives you more energy, continue with it. But if you really want to get the best bang for your buck,
Yeah.
targeted supplementation is the best way to go. It's hard because we don't have labs that we can easily test for all of our vitamins and minerals. And that's actually something I'm working on bringing into the country, a better way to get all of the vitamins and minerals tested, all your micronutrients tested. So then that way, what things are you deficient in or low in, and what you actually need to supplement outside of what you're eating in your food.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You agree with her?
Yeah,
right.
I agree with her. And the reason also we need the vitamin C is because that helps us absorb.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So you're saying like the vitamin A, B, C, we should have tablets for each one. So we just have this line off, this everything line off right here, and just start taking this tablet.
Well,
that's the A tablet. That's the B1. That's the C. How are we doing?
Not
this?
necessarily, because again, you should get a lot of these things from your food. And you do have a difference between fat soluble and water soluble. Water soluble are like your B vitamins, your vitamin C, and then those things are going to naturally come from a lot of fruits and vegetables. Whereas your fat soluble are going to come in more of those fatty fruits and vegetables or fatty meats and things like that. And so you do need fat to absorb them.
Yeah.
And depending on, is your diet balanced? You can also look at symptoms, like if you feel tired or if you're prone to not absorbing iron well or certain minerals well, like you can kind of tell based on your symptoms. And that's why it's good to see a nutritionist or someone in the holistic field that knows the signs and symptoms of lacking certain nutrients. And then you would do a targeted supplementation. Or like I said, the best approach is to test first and then supplement based on your needs versus just blindly supplementing whatever you think you might need.
Let's be wrapping up, but I want to talk about, because we wanted to target, we got the head, we got the heart, which is the chest, and anything that we need to know about breasts as women. Is there any foods that could help, or herbal natural things that can help with that at all?
Again, hormones,
So nothing specific.
nerves.
That could probably help with breast cancer, preventing breast
It's
cancer.
everything boils down to me, to the nerve system. What stresses the system, and also what's lacking. Recent studies that is really amazing to me is that if we have any infections in the gums, that can be causing you breast cancer, or that nerve that is being agitated there, that being stressed there because of the infection in a tooth or on the gums. Because when we don't have these gums have a lot of accumulations, then it tends to get inflamed. So those nerves are being stressed. So that nerve are affecting somewhere in your body, because all the nerves pass through here. So that is something that we need to look at. And again, food is essential to make sure that we are having the right things, that we are not overeating things that are gonna cause us to have that hormonal imbalance.
Yolanda, we're gonna ask that question after this. We're gonna do that on the Facebook account. She's saying she has some saggy cheeks. She wants to know what she do that. But we'll ask that because we want to wrap up on the radio portion. But make sure we get Yolanda question answered today, because she won't know what to do with her saggy cheeks, child. But so we covered the head, we covered the chest, we covered the gut area, we cover the genitals, which we did with the question. Pineapples. Is it true? Is this a myth? Is it a fact that pineapples help with vaginal health?
I haven't tried myself.
If I can say, I'm out.
She don't have those
Maybe I should try
definitions.
that, but I was like, I haven't tried that social media.
Now,
Trent.
we I believe in Dr. Xavier philosophy, and they are hybrid, so they're highly acidic. So it
Ah.
used to hurt me for a fact. So it used to hurt me because of my bones.
Ah.
I used to have a lot of pain in joints and stuff like that, so it was affecting me.
Mm.
So I love pineapples, but I hardly eat them. So if you have any bone issues or things like that, they're highly acidic. I
Stay away from it.
I will say stay away from it. And back to the grits, that also lacerate the walls of the stomach and inhibit the body to absorb iron
Mm.
as well. And can cause an immune disorder that used to hurt me as well. Just to
Okay, so we got
leave
one
that
question
alone.
before we leave. What can we do to relieve constipation? Natural products to use, remedies for constipation.
Okay. So a lot of us are not drinking water, and I find that to be amazing. We just don't like water. We drink everything but water.
Mm.
You remember the water, the hot water in the morning, because we're
Mhm.
talking about
Mhm.
that can help. Also magnesium, things the green juices that have a lot
Yeah.
of magnesium in it. And you squeeze a little lime in that green juice. That's gonna help you out as well. Don't overeat. Rice gonna constipate you most likely.
Y'all, they say rice could constipate us. We Bahamians. Go ahead.
The bread. And I'm not telling you because I am seeing other people constipated. I used to battle with constipation
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
Stress is gonna constipate you
Yeah.
because the nerve system shuts the digestion system down when we are overloaded, and we just not gonna it's not gonna happen. If you're not relaxing a little bit, then probably that's a part of the problem. And a lot of us are stressed.
Mhm.
So try to relax. Go to the beach. We are so
Do
blessed.
something.
Just go to the beach.
Relax.
Go to the
All
beach.
right, listen, ladies, we are wrapping up on the radio portion now, but just for those who are listening, how can they find you if they want more information? You both gave very good insight and knowledge for our radio audience, and for those who are on radio, come on down to Facebook because we're gonna ask a couple more questions before we leave. From the Facebook side, including some of the products and services that they offer. But how can you be reached, Rebecca?
So you can find me at benourish.org. That's BNOURISH.org. You can also find me on Instagram at underscore benourish, as well as you can send me a WhatsApp at 425-5886. That's 425-5886. I do also offer some services out of Family Medicine Center. So if you have insurance and you would like to try and utilize that for my nutrition services, you can get me at Family Medicine Center on Blake Road on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Sorry, Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays.
Shout
Wow.
out to Dr. Kate's. Hey.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Everyone's favorite doctor.
What about you, Rana?
So I'm a New Life in Street South. Uh, newlifebahamas.com. That's our page. And also you can call us at 323-0075, 323-6080 or 81. And you can find us on social media. Once you go to the page, you can find us on Facebook, TikTok. We recently have a TikTok page, so
Y'all getting out?
we can get all those testimonies out there because faith come by hearing.
I know that.
So
Mhm.
yeah. So
Yeah. So, ladies, you've been phenomenal. Thank you so much. So we're just gonna ask two questions outside of the radio portion, and then we're dipping out. But we definitely have to have a part two because y'all have so much to offer, and it was just so much fun with you two. I must admit, I had so much fun today. So we are so y'all know Beats put in the Facebook how they can be reached, and of course for those with the radio portion, you were able to hear what they had to offer and the information. And I hope that you all got all of that. All right. Next week's show is entitled Commitment versus Casual. What makes a woman stay in a relationship? This is a part two from Commitment versus Casual. What makes a man stay in a relationship? We had that show. It was so good. It was so good that the women was like, what about us? We need to have a show. So here we are. We have three women coming on board talking about what makes a woman stay in a relationship, some things. So we definitely want to make sure we have men tuning in to hear our views or their views of what makes them stay and what are the turnoffs. How's the dating pool out there for the singles? I mean, because out there, I've been hearing some bad things. All right. It's some scary things out there. All right. So for those who are single, you want to tune in. And of course, we're going to have um, some good advice from some really knowledgeable women on this particular topic. Okay. Your Lane Life reads, Your Lane Life Coaching reads, ready to transform your life and relationships. At Your Lane Life Coaching, we help couples build strong marriages, purposeful relationships, and a God centered life. From premarital coaching to marriage restoration, we guide you every step of the way. Give us a call and book your session today at www.yourlanelifecoaching.com or 1242-376-8689. Your lane is waiting. Are you ready to walk in it? All right. So I want to thank you to all of our Your Lane talk show sponsors, which are John Shoe Store and Accessories, Emmanuel Medical Center, Lysol Disinfectant, Airwick, Del Monte, Fabulous Ronnie Hair Restoration Clinic, and Your Lane Life Coaching. To the businesses out there, if you wish to sponsor Your Lane Talk Show, please give us a call 376-8689. We have some wonderful packages to suit your budget. So thank you, Anne and Rebecca, once again. Thank you so much. Thank you, Beats, for holding it down, as you always do. Beats tired, man. Y'all, Beats tired. Trust me. We was laughing at him straight through in the studio today. All right. And for our first time listening audience, thank you so much for being a part of the show today. And I hope, and of course, our continued listening guests, audience, and customers, clients, thank you so much. Please follow the page Your Lane Life Coaching on Facebook to get all the updates and goodies from the show. You can also go to your YouTube on Coach Trish Hannah to look and watch all the previous shows from show one straight to this various show today. Actually, this particular show today is aired. As soon as we sign off, you'll be able to rewatch if you haven't done so already. All right. I pray that you were all empowered, educated, and encouraged today. And until next time, have a beautiful Sunday. To our radio audience, please just give us 2 minutes. I know you have to go. We're going to keep the Facebook people going just to answer these questions that are on here, and then we'll dip out. All right. So, Radio Land, God bless you. Happy Sunday. All right, let's get these questions out because we want to make sure you all get as much information. What types of meats would you recommend other than chicken?
So yeah, New Life does not recommend meat because they are alkaline vegan. So I'll speak on behalf of Ada. New Life does recommend zero meat, nothing, zip. If you're still gonna have some sort of meat, I would definitely recommend going for fish, especially local fish.
Turkey.
I mean, turkey is okay, but it's still the same in terms of they pump them all with the hormones. Most farm raised meat is going to have hormones in it. That's just a simple fact. It's also going to be fed very poor quality food. So if you're still wanting to eat meat, go for the highest quality. So farm, what is it called? With the beef, wild, not so fish, if it has to be wild caught, not farm raised, and grass fed beef and meats are going to be the best quality. But again, I would still limit them to only a couple times a week if you are going to have them, because they're still going to be more pro-inflammatory to your body.
And then here's another question. My cheeks are beginning to sag. What can I use to prevent the sagging cheeks? Because we didn't talk about skin. But yeah,
we need to produce collagen. So the same also was talking about, like that gelatin. So that's pretty good for the skin. Yeah, you could put it on. You could drink it because healing comes from the inside out, and it's gonna show.
Yeah.
When you feel better from the inside, your skin gonna glow. So water. And you could probably do some exercise. Yeah. Vitamin C is essential. Let's take vitamin C. Camu camu is a form that we carry, which is a plant. It's not an extract So all the goodness from that, and vitamin C is essential to make collagen,
Mhm.
and rebuild tissues, absorb iron. So iron is essential to absorb all the other nutrients that the body needs. So it's in that, so we need vitamin C, definitely.
Yeah.
You can also check out face yoga. I've heard a lot of good things
Yes,
about that. So doing physical manipulation,
Mhm.
a lot of people like the gua sha, yeah. So
Mhm.
strengthening the muscles in your face that
Yeah.
can help a lot with face.
Oh, one more thing.
Uh-huh.
The ice water.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It works
yeah.
for true. I thought this was a myth.
I just started doing that because I'm not very now. So
You
I'm
heard
like,
about
okay,
that?
I need to do stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
Yes.
so I have a mask that is from it's a cucumber. It's a sea cucumber mask,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
So I put it in the freezer because, like she said, I'm a little lazy when it
Mhm.
comes to doing routines like that
Mhm.
because I have a lot going on and I have a baby.
Mhm.
So it's hard for me to like, okay, baby go away and
Yeah.
then I do me.
Yeah.
So I do get crazy ideas sometimes. So I put it in the freezer and I just rub it in whenever I remember.
I like
I
that.
can't tell you, okay,
I
that's
didn't know
6 o'clock.
if it worked or not. I hear people talk about it, but I'm gonna try that ice water routine. I'm gonna try that. You tried it before? No? I'm gonna try that.
The ice
Okay,
is
so we closing up. Beats gotta go, but I have to ask you. I'm curious. What are some of the things that Dr. CB taught you to this day that you definitely know for a fact that hey, if nobody else would have known this except him, but it helped you, and so you have to tell other people about it.
okay. So first thing that I
Mm.
learned is that I don't inherit my problems. I inherit my diet, and I could probably make a difference by changing that. And another thing that I learned, and even from Savian, from my other mentors, is that you have to bring harmony. It's not a fight because the fight create agitation.
Mm.
So we need to calm the body down, and the body's just gonna start healing itself. So that's very important because we usually, okay, you have cancer, you gotta fight it.
Yeah.
And it's a fight. Everything's a fight. We gotta fight this, gotta fight that, fight lupus. No, we need to calm down and we need to relax. Some of these things are just mechanisms from the body. Like if you have a tumor, it's a mechanism that the body used to accumulate all the bad cells in one ball that is actually helping you not to have it all over the place. So if you start fighting it, then you create more. You're stressing yourself.
Stress. That's it right
So
there.
go to the beach. Let me tell you, I tell everybody, you're so blessed that you have water all around. You have
Yes.
healing surrounding you.
Yes.
So start breathing more consciously. Rebecca says, if you stress and you eating, it's not gonna work. Your digestive system is gonna be, your food is gonna be right there. Most likely
Yeah.
you're gonna have some acid reflux
Yeah. Yeah.
or constipation. So some side effects is gonna happen. So let's relax. Let's start breathing first, and that's God's given air.
Yes.
So then water. We need water, and let's go to the beach.
Simple.
Hakuna
That's it
Matata.
Any last remarks? That's it right there. You ain't gotta pay for that.
Nope, that's free.
That's free.
That's free. Yeah, no, what Anna said is perfect. Exactly what she said, spot on. So
Yeah.
get your water in, start doing some deep breathing, and go to the beach.
Anna, this is the last thing. In case I don't know if she wanted me to say this, but I could just try to. She might beat me up after the show. But Anna is the wife of Julian Smith. Okay, because she ain't mentioned his name once. But I tell you something. Let me tell you something about my show. I don't let husband and wife come on this show without saluting their spouses. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a couple seconds just to salute Mr. Smith, please, Julian, for us. And Mr. Smith is a very proud, not sponsor of this show yet, but he loves the Guardian Media Company. He supports us 100%. All right, so I definitely want you to big up, yeah, man.
Definitely my good, decent husband,
Oh,
Mr. Julian Smith. The reason I'm here today,
yes,
because he thought I will be
perfect.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
that's what
His
he tells
words.
Trish.
Mhm.
So, baby, thank you so much. I love you and I am proud of you. And he has helped me to grow a lot. So, I love you.
I love that. I love that. I love love. Okay. As a marriage coach, I definitely recommend I do that. That's a part of it. I don't know how to get the slip because I wasn't certain if she wanted me to share that, but I normally do that anyway. And the responses after when because some of these things is be um foreplay, believe it or not. When you're talking about your spouse on the air, and then when you get home, okay, you leave that later. All right, so we gone for true, because we
I
got
work
things to
with him.
do, you know. So we're out, but we want to thank you for tuning in and thank you for staying back, for listening. And I hope we were able to answer all of your questions today. And until next time, my Facebook audience, God bless you. Happy Sunday.
Oh.